Hello, this is Mrs. Roberts. I will be your Hope instructor online for Florida Virtual School. I am so glad you've taken a moment to review this presentation. Please note that at any time you can pause and take notes, and you can keep a copy of this link and refer back to it at any time. I wish you the best in this class, and this is going to help you to be successful. Let's get started. First things first, as your instructor, you do have my phone number, you have my texting line, you have my instant messenger account, as well as my email address. Feel free to choose the best way to communicate that's best for you. In this particular class, I will be contacting you once a week. That is unique. Most of the time we do a monthly call, but do expect a call or contact from me once a week. I do return calls within 24 hours, so if you do catch my voicemail, please leave a detailed message. And as always, feel free to email. I will be getting back to you no later than that evening. Taking a class online does have expectations that are very high. You are expected to turn in your work every single week, at least 1 to 2 assignments each week in the Hope class. I will be sending you an assignment guide that shows you details on what to submit each week, and I will talk a little bit about that later in this presentation. Please check into the classroom at least every other day, but I do encourage students to come up with a system, some sort of weekly system that fits best for you, whether it be logging into the class every other day or every single day. Having a habit that works best for you will help you to be successful. The first 4 weeks in the class is a critical time. We call it the grace period. In the first 28 days, if you are not actively engaged in working and reaching out for support and help and returning calls from your instructor, you will be removed from the course. This is just to make room for more students who are ready to work in the class and take the class. If you have any questions about the grace period, please ask. If you're unsure about how to get started, first, you want to go to the main Florida Virtual School website, www.flvs.net. And at the bottom, you'll see where to log in with your username and password. Did you forget your username and password? That's okay. Click on the Forgot Username and Password, and it will email it to you, as long as your email account that you've included in your registration is, in fact, the one you're using. Once you log in, you will promptly be directed to your dashboard. The dashboard is your main hub, where you'll have a list of any classes you're taking. You'll have a list of any current courses that you're in with your status, your grade, how many weeks you've been active. Please take a moment to really get familiar with your dashboard. There's also really great information about upcoming events on that page as well, and sometimes you're even going to see scholarship application information from our guidance team. Once you've located the Hope class name at the bottom of your dashboard and you've clicked on it, this is what you will see next. You will see all these circles for the Hope class. This is part of the lessons. If you look to the left of the screen, you see all those blue bars listed starting with lessons, course information, assessments, gradebook, and email. Those top 5 blue bars to the left of your screen right now are the main areas that you will be navigating while you're in the class. The lessons is where you find this page with all the circles. That is like your textbook for the class. All your reading will be in there, and you will be doing reading every single week while you're in this class. The next bar down, called Course Information, is a wealth of frequently asked questions and lots of helpful tools just like this presentation. The third bar down, Assessments, is where you actually turn in your work, and I'm going to show you that in a second. The next one down from that is Gradebook. Please make sure you go into the Gradebook, because the Gradebook is where I write to you after you turn in your work, so you get lots of helpful feedback from me. And then the next one down is Email. Make sure every time you log in, you are also checking the email in there. During your first week in the Hope class, you are going to go to Getting Started. In Getting Started, you are going to have 4 lessons to read through. This is where everybody starts in the class, no matter what segment or semester they're in for the Hope class. So you'll click on the green button, and it'll take you into the Getting Started reading. Once you've read through all of your Getting Started, you do have an assignment to complete, and you'll read about that once you get into Lesson 3. In Lesson 3 on the second page, you're going to see your fitness test. In Segment 1, you'll complete the document for Segment 1 fit test. In Segment 2, you'll complete the document for Segment 2 fit test. They are identical. You will complete a mile run, a sit and reach, a push-up score, and your body mass index score. You will list those on there with the date that you completed each of these, and you will also compare your scores with the national standard. If you are confused about finding the national standard, I'm going to show you that next. Here's an example of the Segment 1 fit test. You do not need to complete the side that says Segment 2 or second test. You will only be completing the area that shows the date, your score, your status compared to the national standard, and your goal for the next time you complete it. As you work through the 4 main chapters in Segment 1 or Segment 2, there's a workout log, and each time you complete a workout log, there is a fit test item that's repeated. So for example, in Segment 1, when you're reading through the cardio chapter and working through that chapter, you will repeat your mile run again, and you'll refer back to your old score and see if you achieved the goal that you had set earlier on in the class. As I mentioned, the fitness test does have you compare your scores to the national standard. On this screen, which is located on the next page in Lesson 3, you're going to see all the national standards with your age group. You want to look at each one of these and see where your score compares, and you'll include this on your fit test. I'm sure you're wondering where to turn this assignment in. If you click on that blue bar that we talked about earlier, the assessments bar, if you click on that, it's going to show you all of your assignments. Please note it is in alphabetical order. So the first thing you see is not what you're going to turn in. You need to look down all the way down till you see Segment 1 Fit Test. Once you locate Segment 1 Fit Test, you can click on it, and it'll give you the option to browse or attach, and that's where you will add your fitness test document that you've saved to your computer. And then make sure you always click Save and Submit for grading. That way it'll come to my gradebook. Please take a moment to look at this screen. I also want to make a note about the main announcement page. When you first logged into the class, you do see all kinds of colorful, flashy information. This information is there for you. There's also a Hope News student orientation on the main page that gives you a lot of information similar to this presentation. You'll also notice that there is a guide for the Hub, the Science Club, History Fair, all kinds of great information right there for you. And one more thing that's very helpful, if you scroll down on that announcement page when you log in, you will see an instant messenger feature that you can use anytime, and it'll say Mrs. Borst online. If it ever says Mrs. Borst offline, you will not be able to contact me. Please note that if it is late in the evening, after 9 o'clock through 11 o'clock, if it says Mrs. Borst online, it is okay for you to use that IM chat feature to ask for help if you're working in the class at that time. One more thing I'd like to mention are the workout logs. In each of the 4 chapters for Segment 1, and each of the 4 chapters or topics in Segment 2, you will have a workout log. This is an example of the Consumer Fitness Workout Log. Please pay special attention. There is a goal to set on each workout log. Please make sure the goal that you set is very measurable. For example, if I ask you, well, did you achieve your goal? You need to be able to tell me if you did or not, and you need to make it measurable. More to come on that for sure. Next, you want to look at the chart. You can add as many extra rows as need be. If you're doing a 30 to 40 minute workout for each time you work out, for that to increase to 360 minutes, which is required, you are going to need to add more rows. Please also pay special attention that you need to have a variety of activities throughout your weeks in each workout log. Please include stretching, and then include whatever activities you would enjoy throughout the workout log. If you note at the bottom, you do have reflections to refer to and respond to, and then as I mentioned earlier, you do have a fit test repeated item at the very bottom from your original fit test. Each student in my class will be provided with an assignment guide. This is an example of a time management tool to help you understand what to turn in each week. This is something that I will complete with you during your welcome call, and I will email to you. It will come through your own personal email account as an attachment. I do expect you to print this and go over with your parents so you know what to turn in each week. If you have any questions about this, please ask. Students taking the Segment 2 portion of the HOPE class are required to become CPR certified. There will be lots of information to come about the CPR certification, and I will talk with you more about this over the phone with you and your parents. This completes the presentation for today. I thank you for coming.